Most organizations believe that when they move to public cloud, automatically they are completely secure. That is not the case. Why? Because the hyperscale cloud provider is responsible for building the most secure, scalable platform worldwide. However, you also have a responsibility. In cloud security, we call this the shared responsibility model. There is a responsibility for the cloud provider and the cloud consumer. That's you. Now you may ask, Jethro, what am I always responsible for? 3 things. You're always responsible for your information and data. So whatever you put into the cloud, you have to make sure that you back it up, for example. There is no default backup. Yes, hyperscale cloud providers often have these nice features that automatically backs up your data, but you have to configure it. That's the whole point. When I give trainings, I often ask people, like, how many of you are using OneDrive or Google Drive? All the hands go up. And then I ask, how many of you back up their data off OneDrive and Google Drive? And they're like, wait, I have to back up OneDrive? Yes, because the cloud provider is responsible for having a secure platform available, but you are responsible for the data you put there. So yes, you need to back up your OneDrive and Google Drive and cloud storage. Now, luckily, the cloud provider has these options built in, but the whole point is you have to activate and configure it. The second thing you're always responsible for is devices. All the endpoints, think of smartphones, laptops, servers, they all connect to the cloud. You have to keep them up to date and patched and secured. If not, your endpoint is at risk and therefore your data in the cloud is at risk. So keeping your devices, your assets up to date, very important. The third thing you're responsible for always is accounts and identities. Remember, in the cloud, identity is your first line of defense. It is a public cloud, meaning everybody could theoretically connect to your environment. So the first line of defense is identities. But who manages the identities? You. Who is responsible for keeping those identities up to date? You. Remember, identities is not just people, it is also devices, APIs, applications. So they all have an identity, and with an identity comes access privileges. And so you're responsible for keeping your identities up to date and well privileged, not over privileged. So in summary, yes, public cloud is more secure than on-premise if configured well, but you're always responsible for 3 things. Number 1, information and data. Number 2, devices or endpoints. And number 3, accounts and identities. And with that said, have a wonderful day and see you next time.